So I've found the bits and pieces we need to continue on. I've got an actual Apple II power supply here. I found the little connector for the speaker. When I have a little speaker hooked up, I of course have my Apple II Plus keyboard. Yeah, that's a big cheat. I've got the ROMs and the RAM, and what the instructions said was to get to this point where we've got 16K of RAM in, no ROMs, chip stuff and processor, and power the system up, and see if we get video generated. And so all I want to see is some video on the screen here. So let me first off check power on this power supply. So let me go to volts and just make sure that I see reasonable supply voltages here. I know these Apple power supplies regulate better under load. 5.2 is reasonable. 11.3 or minus 11.37, yeah, minus 4.8. And plus 12. I would expect those to come into better regulation after the power supply or after load is on the system. So I think we're safe to go ahead and plug that in. So I've got a Commodore 1702 monitor set up on the composite video. I've got a speaker in place, the keyboard, although there's no ROMs in this. It should do nothing but power up and hopefully give me some video, which it does. I guess that makes sense. It's syncing. I've got a picture. I'll attach a photograph here in the video. I don't know what this tells me beyond. I guess the clocks are there. It's generating horizontal and vertical sync, etc. So with that, I think we can move on to the rest of the DRAMs. So, the instructions basically said if you get video, stuff everything else and go from there. So let me we've looked at the ROMs I'm going to put in before. I have no idea where I would have got ROMs from back in the day. So notch, 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 notch. 6, 7, 8 notches are all down. D0. D8. These have still got the little paper tags on them from when they were removed from that board. They were repaired so many videos ago. The unrepairable Apple II that we repaired. Instead, the eBay listing had it listed as unrepairable, parts only. And of course, we got it working. These ROMs came from it because I eventually modified it to use 27, I want to say 16 EPROMs. But, if it was back in the day and I was hand building this, I would have to assume if Apple was willing to sell me a blank board, they would have been willing to sell me the ROMs as well, or maybe the board would come with like the integer basic ROMs. So that double socket is sad, but there's such fragile pins on that particular ROM. Well, we're getting down to the moment of truth. Notches all look correct. 08, E0, E8, F0, F8. All the DRAMs seem to be in place. Power's hooked up again. Adjust the video level here. Let me hit reset. Oh, very nice. Apple II, and I have a blinking cursor. Everything looks normal on the screen. That seems okay. Okay, I'm going to repower up here. Sorry, got interrupted there. reset. We back to the Apple II logo and a flashing cursor. Print. Quote. Test. And it printed out the letters EST, E-S-T, because I didn't get the T typed in. 5. Print. 1 plus 2. Syntax error. Print. Syntax error. I should be able to type in a little basic program here, right? Why would I be getting syntax errors? One plus 2. Everything's a syntax error. So we're not stuck in like a caps lock mode. So we're operational but not quite. Is this a RAM issue maybe? Is this an issue with this ROM? I would have to think if F0 just wasn't working, we wouldn't even get into basic, but I could be wrong. Oh, straight to the debugger. So that tends to make me think this is making good enough contact, since that didn't get me to the prompt. RAM issue? I will return with some other RAM and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I pulled the DRAM out of the Apple II motherboard we repaired all those videos ago, and I've swapped out this bank with RAM from it. That was a good board. Oh, I've got a dog going to join us here outside. So let's see what happens. I have no idea if that syntax error I kept getting, well, it reset, was RAM or not. Print, quote, test. Syntax error still, so I should be able to question mark 1 2 3 printed 1 2 3, but if I type print 1 2 3, I get a syntax error. That's really odd. Not sure what that is. Well, keep working ourselves through the RAMs here. Notches are all correct. Print. Test. Ooh, it printed out the word test. So print actually works. So 5 for x equals 1 to 1000. Syntax error. Damn it. Print. Test. Ten. Print. Test. I can't enter a line. List. 5. Print. Test. I don't. In my mind, that's legitimate syntax in Apple Basic. I'm assuming that's a 32K memory configuration. Well, I get a prompt, print, test. 5, print, test, 10, go to 5, run, undefined statement error, undef statement error in 65.151. Boy, that is not correct. Line 10 ended up as line 1-0. It didn't let me enter a 10. Go to 5. I'm back to syntax error, syntax error. Okay, there's obviously something unhappy here. What could this be? Well, I'm going to go for the big gonzo. Let's see if I can pull him with the... Probably can't just because of the pure size of him. Let me get a... Can't find my chip lifter. I don't know where it is. 6502 is out. I have the board that we rebuilt sitting right here. Let's go ahead and pop the 6502 out of it, although I seriously doubt this is the issue. That board has been tested and was working, so I expect the RAM and the processor from it to be good. It's in the correct orientation. We have a good prompt. So far, no syntax errors. Let me give it a string. List 5 for x equals 1 to 1000. 10. Print quote. Hello world bang. Quote, comma, x, semicolon, next x, run, and that is working. Bad processor, isn't that interesting? So I would not have guessed that. I will get some pictures here of the screen, but yeah, it's running that little test program. I should be able to control C and break out. List if I can hit the right keys. I was thinking I could cursor up and edit, but maybe not. Print space. Hello world, exclamation point. Quote, comma, the value of x. 30, go to 5, and this should just run forever. And I forgot the semicolon, but that's fine. No, this is working, so that seems to have been the issue, was a bad processor. Interesting. So... boy, that would have been frustrating back in the day without a spare processor. Wow, I'm actually pretty impressed here that we got to this point. It works. Holy moly. That's really cool. Obviously, this isn't a Rev Zero keyboard. You can't find a Rev Zero keyboard that you can afford. I think somebody at one time produced a replica. I would have probably back in the day been using a parallel ASCII keyboard. I've got a couple of them here, and I may end up using one of them for this. I'm looking at the one over on my Apple I. It's just I really don't want to tear that build down to recover the keyboard from it. So Well, there it is. I'm going to assume the RAM was probably fine. I like the way this looks. I'm going to leave the purple stuff in, like the ceramic stuff. I will, I think, speak with the people I bought the kit from and tell them this 6502 is suspect. Timing or something, it just doesn't quite work. That one is third week of 81. And it's an SY6502, so it's a little more accurate date code wise. I think it gets everything back into that. Yeah, 12th week of 82. So definitely, what was this RAM over here? I don't remember. 81. So actually the plastic package stuff's a little bit older. But we're here. It runs. It's running Apple Basic as we speak. Pretty cool. I guess I'm going to go handheld here, so the video's going to get all shaky and my thumb might get in the way. But I'm going to go ahead and pull the camera out of the mount, and we'll rotate it here so you can see the screen. And there it is, running that little program. Let me Control C, list. There's our little program. Very cool. It's really cool to see this working. Let's see how much of it I can get in shot here. So I don't know if the Apple II, it's an Apple II Plus, I think, keyboard was showing up with the overhead shot or not, but there's the keyboard I'm using. Yeah, it's a bit of a cheat. The board that we've assembled here over the last several videos. Apple II power supply sitting here underneath my meter. The little speaker that came out of something I salvaged, just happened to have the right connector on it. So anyhow, for now, I'm going to call this good. The next step in this will be, well, figuring out the actual keyboard. I'm going to leave it with mounting, case, disk drives, all that kind of stuff. I've got all those, most of those components here. Case, I don't really want to reuse the case I have. I'd like to build something. Anyhow, I can ramble on. We're 15 minutes into this video. It runs. Very pleased it runs. That's very cool. So I guess I'll see you in the next video.